Okay, let's jump to level 2 and look at placing some windows. So I'm going to grab that custom window that we worked on previously and look for a way to place this. It looks like it's snapping to the center of that, so I'll be happy with that. And I'll just double check that. I'll go back to the front elevation. And let's go ahead and stick this window up to level 4 instead. We'll work from that level just to see if it fits here. All right, looks like we might have a little intersection. Yeah, we do. So I'm going to just take this now and modify the sill height just so we have a little bit of visual clearance here. Let's see what happens when we say 2 feet. A little low, so we'll go 2 feet 6. And I think what's kind of interesting to see here is we'll take a shot from the grade to see what the positions of these are with respect to how they get cropped with the other facade elements. So I'm going to go ahead now and just copy these over. And we're really working 10 foot on center once we set the first one. Oops, no we're not, liar. I've got to go back up. Let's go up to level 4 and see if we can't position this window better. Get it to snap to the center of the opening. I'm going to pull it. I'm going to just delete that one. And we'll go ahead and place another window. And we'll just do it. We're going to have to go back and correct. Well, let me see if I can fix that. Hold on. I'm not sitting at the right sill height, so I'm going to grab another one and see if I can adjust that right away. We want this to be 2 foot 6. And I'm just looking for my snap to the center of that divot that we have. And now we'll go to the south elevation to verify things, and that looks pretty good. So we'll go ahead, I'll save the project. We'll just copy these windows down, and hopefully this won't crash into the first floor. So we'll grab that and just come down 14 feet. And do that one more time. And those are sitting low there. So what we'll do is we'll grab all of those windows. And we'll move those up maybe to 3 foot 6. Let's see what we have to do here. All right, so obviously there's a couple of issues about what happens, and that's kind of a nice thing. That's a result of the idea, the way we develop our trims. We might actually want to, well, let's back off from that. Let's undo it, leave the window placement exactly the same, but then let's think about repositioning our head trim. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make that a -2 or negative, yeah, we'll do -2 foot. We'll move that down. It doesn't like me going down 2 feet, and then it accepted it, so I'm not exactly sure what happened there. Let's go to the 3D view. All right, so that actually looks pretty good. And let's put some storefront glazing, and I'm just going to use the ugly storefront glazing. Obviously the facade of this building deserves a little better than that. But for the sake of this evaluation or this technique, I want it to not be too tedious. I don't want to have to make a new, so we're going to grab a storefront, and we're going to go from level 1 up to level 2, which is fine. And then we'll just draw some glass in here. I probably could be working in 3D. So there we go. Let's see if we can't place all of this glass working that way. I don't think I'm at a sharp enough angle here. Let's see if we can't pick up these points. And you can see we're kind of up well, I certainly didn't like whatever I did there. I don't know if I made a whole long wall between the 2 points. Let's just delete that. And I'll make just 2 more of these. I know what I have. I have this thing set on continuous, so I need to stop it and start it again. Okay, so obviously right now our glazing's popping up through our trim work. But I guess one of the things that I thought would probably be the most useful about doing this kind of study also is really to get an idea what happens for the passerby, what this building looks like at street level for the pedestrian. And let's take a view with a camera, and we're going to look in tight on the building. And we want the lines to stay straight, so we really don't want to look up, but we want to get the perspective that a camera would have looking up at the facade of this building. And I've already assumed some rendering settings here, so let's see if this one works pretty good. And it does. And I think one of the things that this points out is the idea of the placement of the windows with respect to the trim. And you could be talking about moving one or the other, but this is really the nice part of working in a modeling situation. You can see how the bottom of the windows are visually crashing into the wall sweep. So I would either decide to, let's grab these wall sweeps and see if we can offset them. I can offset one of them to start with, so let's go -1. And let's grab this other one and go -1. And now we get a little improvement about the missing amount of detail in seeing the sill. So I think that's a pretty good overview. I'm going to do one more little clip after this that kind of describes how we create these types of sills, or excuse me, these sweeps, these wall profiles, and how we can make custom wall profiles.